Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land here where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana this breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wine up in a some liquor digest. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them, we not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber, bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land where many ask for. We never see Katrina or nah those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none was slippy. Guyana we say big up on no city. There's enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land here where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none was slippy. Guyana me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians, and Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana this breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one-drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wine up in a some liquor digest. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them, we not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber, bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still at times we are give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughter. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or none those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city, girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we don't know none was sleepy. Guyana we say big up on the city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think that. Hello, Wagwan.
From the islands, from the east to the west side, that time my land, the secret was my home. So that time my home. So when we been a suffer, nobody not been a fight for we. Now everybody want a piece, oh. We started reach the sin, well, and where before them bring exam to find a help for we. We know how that full up them eyes, you see. And how that make them a rival way. Me just wish them could have seen all of the years they been a suffer like that. Me say forever, forever and ever. A secret boy my own, a secret boy my own. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but that secret boy is forever my home. Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors. From them cry we offer assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us. That's why we don't believe that. When we see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace of my land. When we never see none of them when struggle me not go on. Yo, a kind of leader. Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world. From anyone knock we are open with doors. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my own. A secret boy is my own, yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Forever my own. A secret boy is my own. Secret boy is my own, yeah. So forever, forever, forever. A secret boy is forever my own.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from a heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana.
With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Up the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, your toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. To the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects, it's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Oh, Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly. Happy to be here with you on the 9th of May, 2025. Morning to all the persons joining us across the diaspora. Morning to all the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to all the persons joining us in the comment section. I do apologize for the rebroadcast yesterday. I had to be in Georgetown very early, so I was unable to manage the live and getting into town and whatnot. Right? We're praying for the bridge finish. Because it seems like no matter the time, the people at the bridge double lane, all kind of thing. The other day I'm going over the bridge at probably 1 something. double lane to come on the west side at 1 something in the middle of the day. So, west siders, persons on the east bank in region 4, everybody's anticipating the completion of the new Demerara River crossing, and that there will help to bring a lot of ease in terms of how persons deal with their daily commute to work and school and whatever else they have to do. That bridge there is a source of a lot of road rage. A lot of road rage, that bridge. Anyway, better coming. Understand? We're not studying, it must come. It already coming. Under construction in front of your face. Morning to everybody again. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Every time I think about this, excuse me, still not 100% yet. Every time I think about this Adriana Young situation, it just drains me. It just drains me. I really feel like, jeez, this situation is so touchy. But I cannot run away from the fact, in my personal opinion, I feel like the Guyana police force, despite recent interventions, continue to drop the ball and make themselves look bad. Public trust is with the Guyana police force is at an all-time low. And the more that we have instances that we allow persons to run away with their own narratives about this situation, it only compounds the distrust that persons have in the Guyana police force. Right? On the other side, I'm asking persons who are representing the family, persons who are supportive of the family, persons who want justice Guyanese, please don't let persons who may be, or persons who you may think are operating in your best interest, to lead you astray and to further compound the grief in relation to this situation, right? Everything is not a conspiracy and a cover-up. I am saying that I firmly believe that all sides involved in this situation have some responsibility. Right? What do I mean when I say that? I want y'all to just listen to what I'm saying to you. The Guyana police force mess up in terms of how they handle the situation, the response, how they wherever search to do, the report that they give out with the gentleman who is now suing them. The Guyana police force has messed up. I am saying the hotel owners and operators have messed up, right? In terms of their operation when this young lady went missing. I am also saying the family mess up too, because you had ultimate responsibility over this young lady, right? So from all sides, all three sides, the family, their story, when you listen to it, at some points it's a little confusing, the story of what took place before the young lady went missing, the actions of the hotel operators and owners, messed up, actions of the Guyana police force. So blame is there to be shared all around, right? All around. I just want this situation to be resolved. We know fully what happened, who got to get some sort of punishment or repercussion or something happened. People are, whoever got get compensated, and just let me move forward, right? I am hoping that with the addition of this retired officer from the Royal Mounted Branch, would whatever the outcome that he shares with the family and the country, we accept and we move forward, right? We accept and we move forward. Carla, good morning.
Hi, Courdel. Good morning. Two things quickly. I am following this whole Adriana issue. And they're calling for all of these international people to come in. But I want to know if they understand that when these people come in, they can't come here and take over an investigation. They're coming here to work along with the Guyana police force. The only thing they would be doing is looking to see and make sure that the investigation is being done properly. They can't come to this country and take over an investigation. No part of the world it happens. These people just come and they look over the investigation. So the idea and the concept that we Guyanese have that, oh, bring the FBI when the FBI come. The FBI ain't gonna come and take away everything and say, well, we running it. They can't do it. Right. At the end of the day, the Guyana police force will have to lead the investigation.
Yeah.
We all have issues with the Guyana police force. They're messing up. Every single day, they're messing up. But at the end of the day, we still have to work with them and allow the system to work.
Yeah.
A blind man would see and know that there's foul play in this young lady's death. That cannot hide.
Right.
But we need to let the system work. We have too many specialists coming out. Everybody's a pathologist, everybody's a lawyer, everybody's a doctor. Allow the system to work. If we need these professional people to come in and work along to make sure we get a proper investigation, fine. But the concept that people think that, okay, when these people come, they're going to take over the investigation completely is ludicrous. Ludicrous. The other thing, this morning I pick up my phone and the Guyana police force keeps stabbing themselves in the back and embarrassing the entire police force and the government of this country. I pick up my phone. It's alleged that a pandit raped a 13-year-old girl. Get bail. Went home. Tried to share the videos while he's doing what he's doing with this young lady. The police went back and picked him up and put him on bail again. How these things has happened? How do these things happen, Courdel? How you want people to build trust and confidence in the Guyana police force, and you're doing things at a 13-year-old, and the man who allegedly did what he did to her and share videos of it is walking the streets, $20,000 bail. Now tell me how you want people to have confidence in an organization, and every day you have to deal with some type of foolishness coming out of this organization.
Yeah.
We can do better. And at the end of the day, when these foolishness happen, everybody jump and blame the government. The government get blamed for things that they don't even have a clue about, unless they read it in the media or something.
Yeah.
If it's alleged that this guy should have been under arrest And the proof is there that this is not an allegation any longer. He shared videos. From what I understand, the police saw the videos. And this guy's on $20,000 bail. The little girl was about to take her life. Her mother barely went out in the yard and catch her.
Yeah.
And he's on $20,000 bail. You tell people how you want people to trust you. You're supposed to serve and protect how you want people to trust you. That is why you find people lose it every now and then. But they have to deal with things like these. No, you picture my little daughter. He did this to her. Share videos. And I have to look at him walking the streets because the police choose to put him on $20,000 station bail. Station bail, and evidence is in front of you. Where are we going? What are we doing? All these training the government give these police on these things, send them overseas, provide them with the necessary equipment. What are we doing? Why are we allowing relationship with people to stop us from executing our constitutional duty? We took an oath to office as a police, you take an oath to protect and serve. If it's your own family that got to feel the squeeze, they have to feel the squeeze. It's an oath you take. Why are we allowing friendship and a few penny to take away our dignity and pride from us, man?
Yeah.
If that little child mother didn't go out in the backyard and saw her, she would have gone there and reached her little 13-year-old daughter lying down there dead. And the person who caused all of this is a free man, lie down in the bed and sleep comfortable with his family. My God.
Hello? I think somebody calling him there. I couldn't agree with the caller more. I was coming to that situation with the 13-year-old, which I saw on Facebook. And again, the Guyana police force continuing to shoot themselves in the foot. How is it possible for an allegation of rape to be made, especially against a minor? It's not even a consenting adult woman, a minor. She's not at the age of consent. You give this man $100,000 bail. According to the law, or how I understand persons say, anybody who is either charged of an offense, once it's bailable, you're supposed to get bail at the earliest date, whatever. You bail this man goes back out and now circulating video of what he did. You arrest him and bail him again. You arrest him and then bail him again for a lesser amount than he paid before. After one, this is confirming what the allegations were. And now there's video evidence of it. I haven't seen the video on Facebook that he posted. This is actually I saw this on iNews, right? But if that is indeed the case, something is definitely wrong, and the Guyana police force really need to get themselves together on a serious note. Anyway, moving on. So Guyana just frustrates you and just got you cracking up at the same time. I don't know sometimes what to do with this country. So as you guys would know, we had the unrest that stemmed from protest for justice for Adriana. And what followed was riotous behavior across the country, people breaking into Chinese stores and doing all kinds of things, businesses, all sorts of foolishness was happening. People getting robbed, they beat and stab up a junkie on the road. Imagine a junkie. This junkie have nothing to give you. This man on the road accepting the life that he give himself, living on the streets, barely surviving, and the passing and beating and kicking and stabbing them up. Jesus, y'all are terrible. The youngsters who are involved in that, terrible, absolutely terrible. So I posted this video last night, and whilst it was funny, I mean, oh Jesus. Yeah, I'll take a quick look.
I'm in the supermarket and if I pick up something, but you know what? Guess what? Charlie don't know who's me. Charlie don't know who's me. Oh my God. Charlie don't know who's me. Charlie don't know who's me. Oh, you know what? Charlie don't know who's me.
Look, listen, whilst this is funny, this is very serious, you know. This is very serious. And apparently, Chinese know who's y'all know. So some of them not running, they retaliated. Right? You know how much ways that could have gone wrong there, right there and then with that big on spray. I don't know if they were robbing the China. I don't know what the scenario was there. Right? But I'm assuming somebody gave Chinese a hard time in the store and Chinese say, no, frig this. Frig this. That could have gone wrong in so many ways. And this is the kind of thing we don't want, where people now feel that if something happened, you're dealing with vigilante justice. You're dealing with not waiting on the police to do what they're supposed to do and act appropriately. So now Chinese are going to resort to setting people on fire. And that is the kind of environment, the riotous behavior that we experienced the other night, couple of nights back. That is what this causes. Right? Wolf Chinese to pull out a samurai sword or something and start chopping up people in the supermarket. We can't have that. So Chinese still in fear, persons still skeptical. Up to this morning, somebody messaged me and asked me if I know or if I heard when they're going to bury the little girl because it's stressing them out. And you understand? It's a sad situation. However, I'm asking persons to go and look work, please. Go and look work. They got work out there. Y'all go and look work. It mightn't be the best job. You mightn't get the salary that you want, but you're going to be getting something that would cause you not to engage in certain stupid behavior that detrimental to your life limb, your family, them who want to take care of you. Right? Now, I've been seeing a lot of posts online about some Baby Skello song. I have not heard the song, but I see that it has really upset the Hindu community here in this country. Look, excuse me, sorry. I don't think Guyanese are at a stage where we're mature enough to deal with things or address things properly and with sense. Right? Just like the Chinese Know Who's Me song, it's a catchy song and it's funny. But again, time and place. Right? Time and place. China has been a partner of Guyana for years in terms of development and in so many other aspects and facets of Guyanese society. The Chinese people, the People's Republic of China, has been playing an active role in Guyanese development over the years. And, oh gosh, it must come over as disrespectful. It must come over as insensitive, right? I heard that song. I didn't hear Baby Skello's song. So I based on what I saw, I think I saw a release from the Hindu Dharmic Sabha saying that the song was being disrespectful to Mother Lakshmi or something like that. Something of the sort. Jeez, man. We like for one, we got like for the other. If an Indian person they come out with a song, and then I saw some post that said Baby Skello wasn't saying Lakshmi, was saying lash me. Somebody lash me, like how Guyanese say, well, a lash a thing. He was saying lash me. I don't know. I didn't hear the song. However, I'm saying we got to be cognizant of all the ethnicities and religions that make up this melting pot we call Guyana and Guyanese. Right? Why would you want to put out something to offend a whole religion? Why you would want to do that? I think also too, it's our fault. It is our fault. Because as Guyanese, we like stupidness. We like stupidness, and we don't call out foolishness for foolishness. We like kicks. So for years, Baby Skello singing a scandal a month. A scandal a month. Pride, we talk about it, bro. You just come here like if some people here condoning the foolishness, brethren. Sometimes you just frustrate me. Anyway, okay. So for years, we know Baby Skello singing foolishness, bare foolishness. And instead, Guyanese be honest and say, and call it out for what it is. Foolishness. There's no music that Baby Skello sing that I am proud of as a Guyanese. None. Bare stupidness. Can't even sing on track. Keep up with the beat and them thing. And people just hire this man for show and encouraging the ignorance. Encouraging it. So now it reached a level where he didn't even care no more. He's saying we want. Frigate. You understand? I know everybody up in arms. Ooh! Look where he's at. Since the beginning, Baby Skello singing foolishness. And Guyanese have jumped on board and encouraged it. The song, he ain't singing on beat, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that, he ain't singing. Everything that we look for, that artists like Adriana Dutchin, Jomo Primo, Tennessee the Freitas, I know these locals good. This new song I played by Wayne Marshall, the first song I played, people like Quincy Anderson who just like make little music and thing. Those persons can't get the forward or can't get the kind of support. But an idiot singing bare stupidness, like share, like everybody's skinning the teeth. Everybody's skinning the teeth. You understand me? So, Guyanese are to blame for that. All those Guyanese who jump on board. Now, mind you, I know this got slack music, worthlessness, dance, all gunman tune and stuff. I'm talking about the preparation and presentation of this musical artist content. I don't agree with everything Lola Dahl sings. I think some of her songs are provocative and it sets a bad precedence for young women coming up. However, I'm saying Lola Dahl is not the only person who would sing or put out music like that. But she take the time to be on the beat. You can understand what she's saying, although it may be lewd and vile. You understand what she's saying as an artist in terms of the lyrics, and there's a effort in terms of presentation. Not that foolishness baby Skelotas do. Complete foolishness. Complete foolishness. And all those promoters who hire in and take, mind you, me trying to take bread out to nobody more. You understand? But you gotta call a spade a spade. I've always said I never liked Charmin Blackman music. Never. And I have good friends, sensible people who think Charmin Blackman, who would pay to go and to the Charmin Blackman concert. But again, the content that is being put out there, it is not disrespecting any race, anybody, religion. It's not lewd and vile, so any age can listen to it if they like it, and I can appreciate that. But you're lewd, you're vile, you're singing on beat, you really got no in my view, I don't think Baby Skello has a lick of talent. Nothing. I'm saying that. Right? Not a lick of talent. And real artists, these guys from Timeless Studios or Timeless Music, real Guyanese artists who putting out music, sensible, conscious, properly put together music, struggling to get a booking here and there. And because Guyana likes stupidness, and Guyanese like kicks, and Guyanese like foolishness, people like Skello might get more bookings than them people who actually taking the time to hone the craft and do better. You understand? And that is what I have an issue with. So all the persons who jumping out now about Baby Skello, y'all should have nipped it in the bud. Because if somebody had said, hey, bro, if he's serious about this thing, walk with you or something. But we condoning the foolishness. And as he pump out the foolishness, Guyanese jumping on board. They're happy to be there with that nonsense. Y'all try with it. You understand? Try with it, please. Because we just set the table and then sitting at the table and vex after. We set the precedence to that. And I shouldn't even mention Lola Dahl in the category, because again, as I said, Lola Dahl has actually put effort into her music. You understand? If she got to go to the producer and make herself song, effort. This one is a worries too. Maria, y'all encouraging her with her foolishness. And they want to represent Guyana's artists. Y'all better stop it. Anyway, guys, yesterday the Vice President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, in his capacity as General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, would have had his press conference yesterday. Jesus, this cold away. Would have had his press conference yesterday and would have touched on a number of issues and developments. Guys, just give me a second, please. Sorry, I apologize. Oh, boy. Goodness. Listen, y'all, please get your vitamin C. The locals, even the people in foreign. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have this flu season over there, but I don't know what's going on in Guyana. We got a terrible flu going around, mashing up people near and far. right? Mashing up people near and far. So I was talking to you all about the General Secretary's press conference yesterday. Like I said, he touched on several sectors, several pressing issues facing Guyana today. First up, in terms of infrastructure and development, the General Secretary spoke to the East Coast Backlands access. Now, this is a 46-kilometer crusher run road, which is under construction, and this will connect Georgetown to Mahaica. This is at a cost of $5.5 billion, giving access to new housing and energy infrastructure projects. Now, he also spoke to the power transmission for the gas project. The road supports the Wales Gas to Energy project, which includes a US $500 million contract for transmission towers, facilitating power delivery from Wales all the way to Berbice. Now, he went on to talk about the oil blocks and the resource management. Now, Dr. Jagdio defended delays in awarding offshore oil blocks, citing the need to finalize a new petroleum sharing agreement and a petroleum act to ensure competitive and transparent bidding. Now, the new PSA includes 10% royalty, 10% corporate tax, and stricter penalties for non-compliance. He went on to talk about the fiscal policy and debt management in relation to Guyana and how it is being managed. Now, the current fiscal deficit is driven by capital spending, and we've been hearing this over and over and over and over again, right? Now, when I say capital spending, I'm speaking towards roads, schools, power plants, infrastructure, right? He made it clear that it is expected the capital spending is expected to fall sharply once projects are completed. Those infrastructural projects will last for decades. So that expense that is there now will come down and money will be able to be allocated to other needs in relation to Guyana's progress and development. Dr. Jagdio cited the IMF's recent Article 4 report, which says Guyana has one of the lowest debt to GDP ratios globally and shows no signs of Dutch disease. Despite what you're hearing in other places, without any sort of empirical evidence to back up the claims, right? If you listen to some other people, Guyana already gone through Dutch disease and probably in remission now or something. I don't know how to put it, right? And it's never an analysis that you could go and look at these numbers or this chart to find out how some of these people come up with some of the things that they come up with. Now, in terms of Guyana being a digital society, the government of Guyana is investing in digital payment platforms, AI integration in agriculture and education, and a blockchain-based land registry system to combat corruption and modernize the service. Now, blockchain is specifically targeted at preventing tampering with public records at agencies like GGMC and the land registry, right? And you would have given some examples of situations like with GGMC. A small miner may apply for a piece of land. He gets permission to prospect this land, makes a big discovery. Then next thing you know, somebody in GGMC, because you got to declare when you find these things, let somebody bigger than him know. They pay money and they put an application before this man's date in there. And it's a first come, first serve basis. So if this big man pay for his application to be backdated before that small miner, by the processes and the rules of GGMC, the person who applied first gets the land. And this system, this digital system, will help to weed out a lot of those issues that persons may be having outside of GGMC, the land registry, similar to what has been happening there. Now, he went on to talk about employment and and economic diversification. Dr. Jagdio reaffirmed the creation of 60,000 jobs since 2020, countering critics who cited the 2021 IMF unemployment figures by explaining those numbers reflected the COVID era baseline, right? Now, the non-oil economy grew by 13% in 2024, with significant performance across agriculture, construction, and the services sector. He went on to talk about U.S. tariffs and the trade policy, right? The General Secretary of the PVP addressed the 38% reciprocal tariff imposed by the U.S. due to Guyana's trade surplus. Now, Jagdio stressed the engagement over, well, I should say he stressed that it should be engagement over retaliation. And this was a call made in a Stabrook News editorial, where the writer was demanding retaliation or reciprocal tariffs being put in place by Guyana towards the US, to which he is labeled as absolutely stupid. You understand? Now, he went on to talk about social policies and youth engagement. Now, in terms of, he spoke on social unrest. Now, Dr. Jagdio emphasized that whilst there are some youths genuinely who need help, criminal acts will not be tolerated. He accused, I should say, the opposition of mobilizing vulnerable youths for political gain while offering no real empowerment initiatives. Instead of the opposition, take these young people to a bid center or GTI or somewhere to help them get enrolled, to do something with themselves, to make themselves better. They just want these persons to come up, broke up, kick up, burn down, cause problems in this country. There's no major initiative in terms of empowering youths that we could reflect on from 2050 to 2020. Especially vulnerable youths who fall out of school, youths who may have not grown up in the best environment. How do we engage them and make them better Guyanese citizens? No plan or no kind of suggestion from these people. So their plan is to keep them where they are. So when you need them to come out and act a fool on your behalf, they have nothing better to do. Nothing better to do. Y'all realize that over and over, the opposition has been trying to pull people out into the streets to protest and go on for all sorts of foolishness. And even some foolishness that they had an opportunity to fix that they didn't fix. They couldn't do it. AFC couldn't get people to do it. PNC couldn't get people to do it. APNU couldn't get people to do it. ALP couldn't get people to do it. The Fast Prophet couldn't get people to do it. What brought those people out on the streets initially is the hurt they felt for that young lady. And that hurt was hijacked by those political operatives. So since persons came out initially to support the family and to grieve and to call for justice, it get hijacked into something else. Because they couldn't get those people on the road. So the situation got them out on the road, and those political operatives hijacked the situation. And the people who are already out there to incite foolishness. When you see PVP officials or government officials with young people, it's some sort of empowerment happening. Minister Hamilton around the country trying to get people to get training, this, that, and everything else that you could think about. Minister Ramson around the country trying to get the youth involved in sports, fixing up the grounds, doing this, doing that, building stadium, doing all kind of thing. Minister Rodriguez and Kroll wrong the country, ensuring young people could own homes. More than a lot of big people who out there, and a lot of big people who support the foolishness that the AP and UP and CDM just got them doing around the place. My little cousin at 26 paid for her house lot at Wales just the other day. And I told her I was so proud of her because that's something her mother hasn't done as yet. Pay for her. I don't even know if her mother got application in the system. Went and paid for her house lot. They're renting now. And in a few years, once she's able to build and move forward, right, she could now say, Mommy, come and live with me. Don't let me pay rent no more. Let me study this mortgage and pay off this thing and do what we got to. At the end of the day, this is we own. And that's the empowerment young people want, vulnerable youths. Not a couple beers to get them high to go and do stupidness on the road on your behalf. Not cooking in the middle of the road. Cooking in the middle of the road. And I'm saying they had so many professionals out there that know better. But it's like the PNC ignorance in them is on another level. This lady Gentle, I noticed her at Lenora and I noticed her at Tushen as well. Right? I noticed her at Lenora and I noticed her at Tushen. And I am saying, as a teacher, you got a clear idea well, let me say a clear idea. You have some idea of the law. You've been around, you read papers, you know. Peaceful protest is not blocking the road. Peaceful protest is not blocking the road. Peaceful protest is not lighting a fire in the road to destroy the road because you want to cook a pot outside the station. And I'm talking educated people. She's not no teacher that come out of CPC the other day. You understand me? The teacher who be singing when they had this salary thing, the chubby girl, she outside the hotel at Tushen. I think in the live, I said, you's not a teacher. No, it's not me. But I don't forget faces. I might forget your name. But I ain't gonna forget your face. Outside there. So even when people call in scrapehead and scrapehead, you have professionals, trained professionals doing stupidness, doing a bunch of stupidness. And in some cases, these persons, because I don't know about the teacher who sing, but Miss Gentle got her political affiliations. You understand? And those are the persons who, in my opinion, started the whole hijacking process along with the other the politicians there. Hijacked the whole thing. So you hollering justice for Adriana and running in courts and Lucky Doll and thief and all the people think. How they getting justice for she? The Chinese at a Grecola with a kick in the people gate. The Chinese restaurant kicking the people gate and all kind of, I guess sidetrack here. Kicking the people gate and all kind of thing. How does getting justice to she? What role the Chinese played in what happened to that young lady, whatever happened? What role they played? And somebody who is educated and sensible, somebody who is in charge of molding the nation, the future of this country, couldn't talk to them people out there and said this don't make sense in terms of justice. Because you are perpetuating injustice, calling for justice. Foolishness. Which brings me to justice and transparency in the Adriana Young case. Now, the General Secretary for the People's Progressive Party strongly defended the government's actions. 3 portologists were brought in, including 1 by the family. The process was fully recorded, and an RCMP investigator from Canada was invited to join. These are some of the interventions that the government has made to ensure that persons feel good about this situation. And again, I'm saying it here, I don't think any other verdict other than a verdict that is absolutely gruesome and horrifying will satisfy persons. Persons will not be satisfied until somebody says something horrible outside of this young lady losing her life. In her final moment, something horrible would have happened to this young lady. That is the only thing I feel persons would be satisfied with. Somebody calling me and hanging up. I can block this number, y'all. Please don't upset me this morning. Right? That's the only thing some people gonna be happy with. I see this idiot Lorette Stewart. I didn't even know he in the US Army. Talking some foolishness. Now, here is what I'll say. When I saw a post from a news agency that was claiming is Lorette Stewart in the video and whatnot, I thought that was very reckless. And we got some news agencies online that I think going way overboard. Is like the integrity that the agency would have had has gone out the window, because it seems like it's no longer a news page. It's a personal page with somebody just talking and attacking and doing whatever they want, sharing whatever they want without consequence. So I agreed with him when he said a certain news, online news agency spreading misinformation. Y'all need to stop. Y'all going too far. Some of the stuff I see this news page post, I'm like, what is going on? How are you ensuring? How are you who's this? Yeah. How are you giving people the impression that they could believe or run with what you're saying to them when you're posting a bunch of stupidness? But then I had to, whilst I was listening to Lauren's video, this idiot talking a bunch of stuff that he don't know. So he spoke to the guy who is charging, who suing the government, the government for the police situation. You understand? How much time I got? Carla, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Courdel. I'm watching your show here. There is some stuff that I want to discuss. I want to make it very short because I know you're in your life today. Getting these young kids off the street just doesn't even start it now. It started from the childhood. These kids, many of these kids are not even school dropouts. They never attend school. And the government of Guyana, the Ministry of Education, must come up with a plan to penalize the parents for these children for not going to school. In every village, you only got to hold one of them, charge them for neglecting a child of basic necessity of an education, and put them before the court. Jail one person in every village for 6 months, and that problem will solve. I just came back from Guyana about a month ago. From a certain village, I went there. There is an individual. He's got 9 kids. His wife and him separate. He have all the kids with him. None of them going to school. The oldest one is 16 years old.
Wow.
None of them attending school. Not even a single one. And I asked questions. My friends around there. I asked them questions of who's this little boy? Who's that little boy? Who's that little girl? Everyone that I question is a child of that person. None of them attending school. Where are you going to see them? At the wake house. You're going to see them around the boys at gambling. Little kids. The boys are going to send them to go pick up a cigarette, pick up a pack of card, that's what they're doing. The Ministry of Education have a lot to do with these children not going to school and becoming gangsters on the street.
How you came up with that? Ministry of Education?
Because she don't have a policy to enforce that a child must attend school.
Okay, so just let me correct you, sir. There's a law that speaks to that. the Ministry of Education, along with the Child Care and Protection Agency, they carry out truancy campaigns throughout the year. So they go to communities and they receive calls in relation. Just 2 weeks ago, a woman called me personally about 2 children in a community who were not going to school. I forwarded that information to Minister Vindhya Prasad, who acted on it. And that situation has been dealt with. So I wouldn't say that there
These
is
might be
no
isolated,
policy, but there may be a need for more enforcement. And this is where
That's what I'm saying.
I'd like to put forward that we have to be our brother's keeper. The ministry and the Child Care and Protection Agency can be in every village. So if you as a neighbor say something. You see something, say something. Just like how you said you came back to Guyana, you went to the village, you are raising it here. I thank you. And I wish I knew which village or how I could get some information to the relevant authorities for them to act. Because again, sir, they're not in every community every day seeing what's going on. People like you, people like me, Guyanese who care about our fellow Guyanese have to make that information available. So I just wanted to correct you. It may be a case of they need more enforcement in terms of that.
And many more, I could assume it's going on in the same village, but I just don't want to give you that.
Which village is this?
I don't want to give you on the air. If you could put me on silent, I'll give you.
You send it to me in a WhatsApp message. And,
all right,
and
perfect.
If you have a contact number for somebody that I could pass that to, in terms of the Ministry of Child Care and Protection Agency, who could corroborate your story, and they can now go and they have somebody to direct them where they're going to and that kind of thing, that will help the situation. Right?
Well,
so
I don't have much contact with that situation.
Okay,
but anyways,
well,
whatever I have, I'll send it to you.
Send it to me on WhatsApp, and we'll definitely get it addressed. Right? Minister Vindhya Prasad is very responsive. Minister Manik Chan as well, very responsive in relation to these things.
Yeah, you got to hold the parents accountable for these children, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you completely.
Yeah, those young boys that got caught up with that Adriana stories, most of them are followers. Most of them are followers. They fall in something that they never even intend to do.
I bet you they're gonna stop.
They were led there by the adults.
They're gonna stop following.
I hope so.
They're gonna stop.
I sorry for those young boys. Like so many young boys there. They get caught up in something that they put themselves in so much trouble they didn't even know that they were getting into it.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I mean? And I worry. I blame the parents for that, and the the older ones there that led them into that. Yeah. Now what happens? They all bail on them. They left and run.
Yeah.
They got to battle it through themselves.
Sad situation, but everybody
very sad, very sad, brother.
The consequences of their actions. But thank you for calling and sharing with us. Right? Don't forget to send the information.
Okay. I know. I will definitely. Thanks.
Take care. So that brought me to. So a couple of days ago, I was supposed to download a video to show you guys. This is going back to the Adriana thing. So I can't remember if he's from Agricola, but the following night, the autopsy day or something, that's when everything went bad. Sorry. And there was mass protesting. So this guy, I think he's from Agricola. He did a video standing at a chest to draw, with a gun in his hand, whether it's real or fake or whatnot, saying, well, if the police come, we can knock it upon them. If the police come, we can knock it, going on. Right? Bobs! The police came and they're looking for you to lock you up. You know the next video he posts? I just want to say to the police, I'm sorry, right? I didn't mean it, right? It's a fake gun, and I didn't think, and I'm sorry, right? Mean for this. I didn't know that people would have. I didn't. If you hear it, and I'm like, this is one of them who is there on the corner Now me is a scrape. Me got nothing for live for. I go do I'm going on. Soon as pressure brace them, it's a different story. You making joke with lockup. You making joke with lockup where you can't move as you like. You got your family them for feed you. You people telling you when for wake up and when you could pee and when for bathe and all kind of thing. The place stink. They got people who had more scrape than you in there. When you play your head and go on the road, they got people in there that more scrape than you. So when you go in there, you're not a scrape, you're a scur. You understand? You're a junior scrape, you're a scrapette. You're a scrapette. You're not a full scrape yet. The full scrapes they're in there doing time. And when you book up with them in there, you know what to do with yourself. All your badness on the road gone. When you book up with real scrape heads in the jail and in the lockups them, if you see the guy, if you see him, I'm sorry, guy in the police force. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for thing. It's a fake gun. I didn't think. I'm vexed. I forgot to download the video. I am vexed. I wanted y'all to see how did I show off the self. You understand me? Like gravy on a fire, on a gravy on a stove, and the fire down high. Bloop, 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 bloop. And then when pressure brace them, it's like the gas run out. Well, the fire that down in the gravy pot. Low gravy, they boil down too. Bloop, 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 bloop. Sorry. Bloop, bloop. That's what they boil down too. I said to them. You understand me? I said to them. Bare foolishness. I wish somebody could send me the video. I'm going to look at it on Monday. Anybody who got that video, send it to me. The people then put the video side by side. Y'all come, we gonna knock it on you. You see this here? This is how we got it. You see this here? We gonna knock it on you. You see the back of the gun. We gonna knock it on y'all. Y'all come here. We gonna knock it on y'all. 2 minutes later. I'm sorry. Guy in the police force is a tie gun. I didn't. Foolishness. Guys, I getting out of here. I had wanted to talk. My fact, wait, sorry. Let me finish. I wanted to deal with this thing in Essequibo, but this guy sent me this information. And I don't want to talk without having Jesus Christ. I feel like the guy in the police force.
3. Honey, what?
Carla, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Not too bad.
I'm telling you, for a long time, I have been watching your show. This morning, I decided to watch the show because I got some time. Man, look, let me tell you something, brother. I think the government is doing the right thing now. You see, they are accustomed doing this thing all the time, broken in people's shop, beating up people, doing the one and nothing never used to come out of it. And I'm glad this time that the government decided to come out of it. My brother, if we have black leaders, and we black leaders is encouraging these things, what do you believe will happen? Now you hear, as the vice president said yesterday, that what they say is because he used to, what is something they get their work or something like that, they don't make the cut. That was nonsense. That is nonsense and all them speaking about. Now listen to me now, this little girl that died. I'm very sad about it. That happened to a little girl, 11 years old. She didn't start to live her life yet. And look what happened to her. But there's a lot of different things you're listening. Every time you do a turn, you're listening, they got people from outside talking the whole thing. They got some woman come and say the girl talking, tells you what happened, and a whole heap of nonsense. Now I'm saying, if you throw a person in a pool, you throw them in the pool, as they said. That's what they said.
You
throw them.
You gotta turn on the TV in the background. You're getting a feedback.
Okay, my brother.
Beyond you gotta turn that down.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. Let me turn it down. Hello?
Yeah, we're right here.
You okay there now?
Much better.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, as I'm saying, if you throw somebody in a pool, okay, as I said, I don't know, I wasn't there. I just listened to the news. If you throw somebody in a pool, tell me something, and they said that she's dead, and they throw her in the pool, tell me she will float up right away. She's cracked. She's cracked that she will float up. You chose it just that no bump and she float up right away. No, that don't happen. That can't happen. What the listening, the right thing what you were saying, and I agree with you, is that they should empty the pool immediately. And let me tell you something, she's so frail. You understand? She's thin bone person. You understand? In the bottom of the pool, listen to me. They didn't search properly in the pool. If they did search properly in the pool, they might have see the girl at the bottom of the pool. But you just can't pass the camera, just look. So you know what's it? You go at the pool, you must go to the pool and throw something in the pool and see if you can see it. No.
Carlo, this is why I sometimes I try not to get into the pool thing too much. I come up on the President Youth Award, right? And every Tuesday and Thursday we go swimming at Colgreen Pool.
Okay.
There's novice, intermediate, and advanced swimmers swimming classes there. The Colgreen Pool at the deep end, I think it is 8 feet, or I think it's 10 feet, right? Several times we would do exercises, just as Bishop or the false prophet London and a Connie Blair did in Linden. Throw a coin in the pool, and we had to dive down to see who would get it for us. I am saying to you, from standing outside the pool, we used to use a $10 coin, right? And this is why I said sometimes the situation has really drained me, because I got my own experience in pools, and it's like something I don't understand it. From outside of the pool on the edge where we stand when the instructor throw the coin in, you could see the coin at 8 feet or 9 feet or 10 feet at that Colgreen Pool. You understand clearly, but not clearly, but you're seeing where it is. So I'm saying I don't know too much about the not being able to see somebody at 8 feet in water. I don't know. However, based on what you're saying, I have some agreement with the fact that there's no evidence in terms of the family, the police, or the hotel people going into the pool and looking. In terms of like diving down and checking the bottom and thing. So I agree with that, because all I saw or all I heard is that we searched the pool. I don't know how to search. I never see nobody in the pool looking.
That's right. I agree with you. Anyway, I am saying this thing though. Everybody I'm annoyed with the police force. I'm definitely annoyed with them. I'm definitely annoyed with them how they handle the situation. But then again, my brother, I'm to my belief. I may be wrong, but I believe Mr. Ali Mr. Phillips, Mr. Jadio, and the entire cabinet got a strong eyes on that police force. I believe, to me, the sabotaging. I am telling you this. Listen to you this morning. After a long time I didn't listen to you. Listen to you this morning with that man calling. I don't know if it's truth. I don't know if it's lie. That man calling and said that a bandit raped a 14-year-old girl and got shown it from. I never saw it. But I got to run through back me Facebook and see if I see it. And he get on $20,000 bail and walk in the road. I believe them at the police station should have go home.
I agree too. That's foolishness. I saw the news reports. I know the caller wasn't making up the story. I saw the news report. And if indeed that is what happened, people gotta go home, buddy. People gotta go home.
Because
and home. They gotta get charged, Red.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my brother. I believe the sabotage in the government.
Here, I got a 13-year-old cousin, you know. And God forbid she ever come to me and tell me somebody touch her, some pass or some teacher touch her wrong or something, you know. Jesus, I just frightened for my family. I got some little cousins, female cousins. I get so worried sometimes. Because, bro,
my Colonel, I'm telling you, when I don't disturb me more than the little girl death. Don't want to disturb me more than the little girl death. Yeah. You understand that? That would really piss me off bad this morning. Yeah. Them is what things like them do. The people supposed to come out and protest, but protest in a decent way.
Yeah, well, let me say let them come out and protest, because like we don't know what's protesting and thing.
No, I'm telling you something. No, with the action that the government take, no, any protest that got you wouldn't get this shit no more. Excuse me, word. You wouldn't get no more. We used to happen all the time because the guy gets sealed and things never happened to them. And they was represented by the opposition. Now listen to, let me be short with you. Listen to me. Now the hot down rate or rename they representing this girl to family with the case. Now because the Tapsi come out and didn't please them, they changed them rate and take the garden tab. What garden tab going to do? They change rename. You don't like he, as you say. Right? They change it because he and come out and say. Yeah, my brother.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah. They change one liar and put another liar. The family, them are not to now. Them are not to. I agree. I disagree with them with certain things. I watched when the president went and talked to give his sympathy and so to the mother. Watch how the auntie get done. She was disagreeable to the president. And I'm gonna tell you something. It was Granger or Norton or Niger Youth. Them man would not go there. Them man wouldn't even bring in nobody. They tell them plain that they got the people here. Why it can't work? But this thing all end up to politics. All end up to politics, and it end up to race. Because you know the man saying the people want to kill black people children and swap them for win the election and all heap of thing. You understand me, brother? So what you see happen there with them robbing and thing is that they are custom doing it, and they was represented all the time, and now the table turn. You're in a different story. You got to hold the bull by his arm. They can't be broken up and broken up. People think. Yeah. Now here in London, they got on the news saying that the pastor of London, that the world court or whatsoever, like or what is called the United Nations thing, that the Chinese go against the government with Venezuela, the Indian people go against the government with Venezuela. I don't know how he get the report, but he get the report, and he's showing a thing saying that those the report. I don't know how he get it. But these people, they can't win election in the way. They can't win election in that way. They representing the scrapeheads, because all of them is scrapeheads as far as they're concerned. They got scrapeheads in the lower, they got the low scrapeheads, they got the higher, the middle scrapehead, and they got the higher scrapehead. All of them is scrapehead. Nothing that you use, all of them is scrapehead in a different form. All of them is scrapeheads in a different form. Because they're supposed to put out and said, man, look, this is wrong, y'all doing. You can't tell me that it was peaceful protest, and PPP send. What kind of, look, I feel like cuss, I wouldn't cuss for the thing. What kind of statements you tell him that PPP send people, intruders, who broke up the protest? What kind of thing that they tell me? Okay, you blame me, you burn down the man hotel, you burn down the man house, you burn down the woman house, whatsoever, and then you tell me, but you want justice? You don't get your justice already. No more justice you want. You don't get justice already. But, let me know, my name is cool and quiet. I tell you something, I'll get rough, I didn't concern if I lose the election, and let you try, because I know when they come in, I always see Ali and his cabinet doing is all they're going to put aside. This country will look like a ghost town. I'm telling you, so don't let nobody fool you. They ain't got no good to do for we. Them about them thing when they tell people what they're representing. They have Nigel Hughes. He's definitely, I tell you, he's a racist. You know, we stop. He's definitely a racist, and he watching his face alone will show you he don't have nothing good to do with this country. Everything is lie. Prado. Anyway, I want the government to do for me is to start to say out. Who forget jail, get jail. But that little girl, 14-year-old little girl, has been raped. I believe me. But I don't need nobody. I say, no, me, affect me. Don't affect me more than the little girl did.
Yeah, that's really messed up. Anyway, thank you for coming through. We out of time for the show today. Was trying to call Willie Lauren, all right?
Yeah, man.
All right, brother.
Thank you for listening to me, man.
No problem. Thank you for calling.
Okay, my brother. Take care.
Let me finish this thing quick. Right. Anyway, Dr. Jagju criticized the opposition for politicizing the tragedy and noted that no other case has received such extensive forensic attention in Guyana's history. Right? Now, in relation to manifesto planning, the PPP is the only party engaging citizens on plans for the next 5 years. You understand? This was mentioned by Dr. Jagnu yesterday, and he reiterated, or he shared some information with us that thousands of suggestions have been submitted thus far, with many of them being adopted into the party's manifesto. So the manifesto will reflect the needs and the wants of Guyanese across this nation. Finally, quickly before we go, again, just to reiterate what we would have shared earlier this week with you, the Because We Care cash grant distribution begins on May 12th in Region 7 and Region 9. Region 4 people don't go out on May 12th looking for cash grant. Region 3, Region 10, 2, 5, don't go out on May 12th looking for no cash grant. Sorry, because we care. The distribution is starting in Region 7 and 9. 7 and 9. After 7 and 9, Regions 2 and 5 will follow the week after. Other regions will be rolled out in sequence, right? Just to reiterate, each student will receive $55,000 or $50,000 cash grant and a $5,000 uniform allowance. Jesus, this AC. Why you still calling it? Jesus. Morning, Carly. You gotta make it really brief.
Hi, morning, Courdel. How you doing, bro?
Not too bad.
All right, I'm listening to this morning, but I just want to get a little input. First of all, I want to say, my condolence to Adriana and her family. It's so sad. I think everybody agree that they don't want justice to this kid. But I was listening to something that um, these people was talking about the countries that voted against Guyana for Venezuela. But the fact is, they didn't vote at all.
Right.
They stay neutral.
Right.
That's what I understand. I went and looked it up, bro, and I see that India, Germany, and China didn't vote at all.
Right.
They just keep it neutral. The judge and didn't vote. I don't know why people spreading wrong information, and why everyone got to be so lie. But the fact is, if people smart, they could Google it and see what it is. The people then didn't vote at all. They stay neutral. They have their reason. I don't know what's the reason, what's the politics, but I just want to get out there.
Thank you for sharing.
I think you should encourage people. Yeah, and I think you should encourage people, like, let them go and Google stuff and get the facts, bro. A lot of things people peddling on this lie, bro.
Yeah.
And, you have a great day. You have a great day, and be safe out there, bro. I know Guyana is in a little hot spot right now. So.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling and sharing the information.
All right, brother.
Yeah. So indeed, what the caller is saying is true. A lot of the countries abstain from voting, but it was put over as they were against Guyana in this Venezuela controversy issue. And that's what you find in certain quarters. They play on people's emotions, stir them up, get them worried, get them anxious. That is their claim to fame. That is how they pull people in, by giving you information to make you, oh God, what gonna happen to me tomorrow? Ooh, that's them, right? Now back to the Because We Care cash grant. Let's talk about eligibility and verification. Names of students were submitted by teachers from school registers. So you got carry nothing in thing. This child register, the name could be on the list. The data was verified by the regional education department to ensure accuracy. So the lists were vetted, and we ensuring that only people who registered in the system, public and private, getting this grant, right? Now, this is a big investment by the government of Guyana into the future of Guyana, the future youths. One of those youths who will start to receive their Because We Care grant from May 12th is a future president of this country, a future prime minister, a future head of the GDF, a future commissioner of police, who would hope, a future minister of government, a future business person. You understand me? So the investment by this government into the future of this country is a total of 11 billion allocated in the 2025 budget towards these youngsters who will lead this nation in the future. This targets approximately 205,000 students in both public and private schools across this nation. Not on the coastline alone, not in the hinterland alone, across the nation, not public school alone, not private school alone, across the nation. Right? Now, in terms of growth and impact, the cash grant has increased every year since its reintroduction in 2020 by the Irfan Ali-led PPPC government. It was abolished under the APNU AFC administration, but reinstated and expanded to reach more families. This grant provides financial relief and help to parents, preparing them for the September school term. It is aimed at supporting families, boosting education, and reducing the financial pressure during the back-to-school season, which is experienced by a lot of parents. Even those who send their children to private school sometimes has got little trouble. You understand? And that's what you get from a caring government. Initiatives that impact you in a major way. Anyway, guys, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Jesus. Oh. Hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully, this will be done by Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry about yesterday, the rebroadcast. Please continue to be good Guyanese. And I'll leave you with this song, this new song. And this is what I talk about. Real artist forces the foolishness from Baby Skello. Right? This song from Wayne Marshall, Golden City. As I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about what.
Hey, yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land, yo, where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none must slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free. Land of the many waters, resources and trees. Land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese. Land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians. And Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city. Are the hypest, we see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a Marshall, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese land. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land where many ask for. We never see Katrina or nah, those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none must slippy. Guyana, we say big up on no city. Enough people to around the world.